Ah,
Hey,
all right.
cool. Yeah, I was having a little trouble dialing there.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I had a RDP session up on my other screen from
Yeah.
yesterday. So that's why my whole screen was blacked out because that RDP went to sleep, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Oh my God. Okay, so um, we're in your server. I figure this is a
Yeah.
best way of doing it that we both can go do this hands-on.
Okay.
And so you wanted to see how to troubleshoot?
Well, okay. So I put in. I remembered how to get. Um, I remembered how to get these set up. For example, I put in. I'm trying to think of one that actually had an invoice for. I did a few of these. So I did. Okay, I put Romac in, but I don't have an invoice. So an image
Oh,
to
okay. So how do you
to.
put that in there?
Well, I know that. Well, I know how to put it in there because I did it for. Do I have access also?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went in and I did. Oh my gosh, where is it? Brothers Pumping. Brothers. Why isn't it on there?
Maybe it's all the way in the bottom.
Oh, maybe. Hold
Yeah.
on. Oh crap. All right, so let me think of another one I did. 'Cause I know I've got one that has an invoice in it.
Hmm.
All right, so let's say that I'm trying to think of one we can even work with because I don't know what the freaking invoice is. Um,
Let's do this. Let's come here. F5. It's not one of these. No.
I'm trying to think where. Okay, so I did. Oh, I know I stuck it in. Well, let's just do it. Let's do it over again. Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I think I'm. We
Maybe
have to
you're.
look to see where.
You want to
Um,
see? Maybe it's behind. Maybe you had it open still. No.
lumber. Tab.
Let's exit out and see.
Perk rental. That was one of them. Yeah. Does it have an invoice in there? The sample?
But that's. Wait a minute. This is really weird.
Why?
Why is it?
By itself?
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's what you would see if you did it in its own window, right? Create a new window. But why would it link only to that one? See, I already broke something.
Hey, dude.
What?
All right. So back.
Well, make it short because I'm on a conference call with George right now.
Oh.
He's looking at something, so I got like,
Okay, 4345 at HRBB. You guys have repriced some models out there back before I came back on board.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any of that? Did you reprice the balcony option for chance?
Yes, maybe.
We're getting the price in here is from 2014. We're getting paid $1,900, and it's costing us $3,500. So that ain't gonna work.
Look around. Look on the contract load. Look, because there's something to that. Look on proposals. I remember something about that. But I can't look right now.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Hunt around.
Bye.
I'll be back with you later. So why is Herc rental by itself? Did you figure it out?
I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see your report.
I found the revised. We're good.
Okay, later.
Bye.
That was that. So if you go into the normal reports manager, does it, where does the whole list go? Because I shut it down and relaunched it at least more than one time.
Is it open somewhere else?
Oh, maybe on the desktop I was on. You know why? Because I was sitting there and it crashed just a few minutes ago.
Here we go. Yeah, because it was open on yours. That's why.
Okay, so that's what it is. Yeah, my session crashed, and then I knew you were coming on, so I just left it alone until.
Yeah, that's
I didn't get into it.
Yeah, you can't. You're not going to have this open in two places at the same time.
Gotcha.
So, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we. This is the one that you just created, right? Her Central.
Yeah, the other day. I think that's one where I actually had an invoice I could take and put it in there to to start to debug it.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna move you over here. Better. Oh yeah! Wow, what a difference! Nice move you to my big screen so I could.
Okay, so this one's not working.
How did you get to that?
Here, let me show you.
Okay, so that's the step I was missing. I remember.
So here, yeah, so you have to go to that one and you have to start update.
Yeah. Yep, did that.
And then when you click on it, right click, you go to view, and then you go to visual tester.
Oh, okay.
And then you get this, and then here you turn it on, and then let's open these up a little bit more. So here you can, go line by line. It found customer ID. It didn't find.
Well, I just copied in code from Tarmac or Titan or something. I just picked the script and copy and then I was just going to start to work from that. Sure. I don't know if that's the best one not to work from.
Well, here's a good way in doing it. So, all right, so you got a copy of this.
Yeah.
Let's go see how you set up the properties. So we'll go here, properties. That's correct. Yeah, this is correct.
Visual tester.
Individual report is
Okay.
good.
Document storage, individual. Okay.
Um,
There was one thing I saw that was different when you go to, I think it was processing or something. There was a error script that some of these reports had and some other ones didn't. And I wasn't sure what that did.
and
Did it go over?
here, I don't really know if we use the key reference update. Merge
I don't even
into
know what that is.
merge into existing document. This typically, if there's a, let's say, an invoice already, you know, with the same indexes, it'll merge it together with that other one. So I don't know if we want that. That's fine. That's fine.
Does that make you want to change the other ones that are set up with it?
Are they all like that with this merge?
I don't
Yeah.
know if they're all, I didn't check every single one of them, but some of them are definitely like that because that's how I use that as the same configuration as some other ones. So maybe that they are all like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they're merge.
So if we get an
Profile.
updated invoice, do we want to? What does that merge mean? Does it mean that it?
It means that if they're in the repository, if there's another one with the same indexes, it'll merge it together with that one.
So if let's say you got an invoice last week and it was maybe incorrect, and when they sent another one that was correct, would it?
If it had the
overwrite
same,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah. If it has the same,
We probably do want that to merge then.
okay.
I would say yes.
Okay. All right. So let's come over here to the procedures and
Yeah, see, this was the view I kept getting. I was like,
so here,
I do not remember.
invoice number, you have a couple different views. You've got view 1, 2, and 3. Try to find which one's pretty close. Here, invoice number, you see you've got this little arrow here. So if you kind of like start expanding it,
The little arrow means that.
yeah, so there, yeah,
okay.
so now and then you check around any other prevalent indexes that we're going to grab doesn't have any garbage on it.
So does that mean that we'll always stretch them out like that?
Well, it's kind of good to be able to have it pretty much clear. That way it's easier to identify. There we go. That one's good. Yeah, so 138 line scale, and we're using view 1. That looks nice and clean.
Okay. Will that remember that for
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's our properties. Let's see. Property, let's see. Add var1 if variable. Okay, so you got a copy of this ready, obviously, right? So why don't we just start from the beginning? These are store set. So these look like these are fixed all the time. Set.
Those variables are fixed, right?
Looks like it, right? Let's see if I,
Yeah,
so,
I would think they would need to be, right? Yeah, because we'd want the same.
oh no, here are the set column customer invoice date. Yeah, I'm gonna just start from scratch.
There you go.
I mean, that's good to have. So let's see, the first index that we're trying to grab is what? The um, invoice date, I'm assuming?
We do need invoice date, invoice number,
Yeah.
vendor name. All that.
So on this one here, this is an easy way of doing it is just highlight like that and go extract field. And this is invoice date.
Okay.
PO number, vendor, project lot, PO amount, invoice number, invoice date. And then this is the invoice number. And I'm going to grab it from here, extract field, and look for invoice number. And now the only thing I would do here is where it's extracting, just to eliminate any blank spaces, I want to trim this. So I'm going to come over here where it says extract and just double click it.
Okay.
And here I get my instructions, and I'm just going to say trim, and then insert and replace. So there, drops it in there. And I'll do the same thing to this one. Trim, insert, and replace.
So it's just adding in that command inline trim so that it doesn't bring the spaces. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And you always do that right after the extract command?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what it's doing here is going to line 4, column 64.
Yeah.
And it's looking for, date 8. The string of that is the length of, 8 digits or whatever. And and then here it's I went over it because just in case it, you're going to have like a 10 or 11 or 12, as a month. But if there isn't anything, then it's going to trim it, so there isn't going to be a space in there. So I did the same thing over here. And then the amount due, see, that's... All right, so amount due, extract field. So that goes there, and I'll do the same thing with this.
So you highlight that extract command and then
so what
pop up that little box.
So what I'll do is I'll put my cursor at the extract and I'll double click it with the left button of the mouse. And then the instructions show up, and then I'll click here and then I'll say insert and replace.
Okay.
And let's see, what else are we looking for? PO number, right?
Yep. PO number.
Right here.
We need the vendor name.
We want the vendor name. Or do we deal with a vendor? I can't.
Yeah, we use a vendor number. And I don't think they're going to have their vendor number on there.
No, but we can add that in there as always.
Find it. Yeah.
So let's just finish up the ones that we need to extract. So here we'll go again, extract PO number. Okay.
I'm trying to think what else we need. What the heck else do we need? Let me run to AX real quick and look and see what we're extracting. I want to be consistent. Although I don't
I'll go look at
pick
the.
up.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at some of the samples. Let's see.
Okay.
Where do we keep the samples? Sure.
Sample script.
RM scripts. Okay,
Oh,
so here we go.
Yeah, vendor number and vendor name. Oh, yeah, vendor type, material. Yeah, status pending. Okay, all that crap. Invoice. Yeah. Stock type. Yeah.
So this looks like this is always going to be a constant.
Yep.
So
yep.
we'll come
we
over
just change the vendor number and vendor name.
Mm-hmm. So we'll go here, and vendor number would be what?
This is, who is this again? This is, Herc Rental. Stand by. That's it. 623.
And let's see. Then we can put in the vendor's name.
Yep, it's Herc Rental.
Caps. H-E-R. Hurt.
Yeah, H-E-R-C space rentals.
Oh, here, go ahead and type it in there, so
Okay.
you know better than I do.
Active window. Okay,
Yeah. And then type. Is that?
Yeah, that stays the same.
Okay.
Material. Wait, what are these guys? These guys are not material. We are renting. What the hell are we renting from them? I need to go look at the invoice on there. Mini excavator. Okay, so this is equipment, and I want to make sure that equipment is a
drop down
valid type. Yeah. Where is there someplace I can look at it here? Or do I gotta go to AX?
Look in AX.
Okay, hang on. We can get AX right here, right?
Yeah.
Well, do a new.
Here. Yeah, let's just do a new query.
Yeah, it's gonna do a new website. You got it.
Vendor type. Equipment.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it is.
Okay, so go ahead and put in equipment.
Vendor type is material. Oops.
Okay. Everything else looks pretty good.
Pending status, invoice, document type. Yep.
Yeah.
Stamp date. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So here, we're ending in the beginning here. We're beginning. And you can either type in begin or you go to begin and then you just dump it in there. And then you're going to check for syntax.
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected end procedure. It sounds like it wants to add another N into it. There's success. And then we'll go hit OK. And it's going to ask us, do you want to keep the scale in a view algorithm set? And you say yes. And then we'll come back to here and hit this. And this will do the whole script. And then boom.
Oh, I wonder if we went to invoice subtotal. Oh, and invoice tax.
We need those?
Probably.
I can't remember. If found tax. If found. So why do we do if found here instead of line extraction? Well, the way we did this one here is the easiest because it looked like all those indexes we're grabbing are pretty much fixed. They're not moving up anywhere around the page. So that was the reason we did that. You would use if found statements if if they were somewhere different always on a page. So you always want them to look for it. But if we come over here again, let's come here. So these are always fixed, the bottom ones. So if I'm going to add any more to this, like the tax, amount due, or okay, so
Net due. Invoice amount. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I grabbed the invoice due right here.
Yeah.
Because this looks like it's always going to be here all the time.
Right.
Down here, we're looking for the tax, correct?
Yep.
So we're looking for tax. So I would do this with tax. I would come here. And I'm grabbing these blank spaces because, we got tax and taxable. So this looks good. So here I'm going to just take this and copy. And we're doing it here. So here I'm going to go and say if found. And then I would put in the tax. You see it brings in the...
Yep.
And I'm going to do not inline. Inline means within that line. I'm going to say in page. And because I'm looking at the end of tax, I want to go to the end.
Okay. So it looks everywhere in that page for tax with spaces behind it.
Yeah. And then here we're going to say insert and replace. So if found tax, I would add it right here.
Use the extract again.
Yeah, but we're not going to use all of it. We're just going to do. We're going to do this. I'll show you. Extract field. What is it? Tax.
Yeah. Invoice tax.
That must be
That
it.
must be it, right?
Yeah. So we're going to get rid of the line and the column because we're using the if.
Yep. Gotcha.
And then here again, you're going to go and double click here and just put in trim. Okay. Now, for some reason, if tax is above the PO line,
Yep.
then I would put in here, go back to line 1, column 1, and then if found tax, then it would start from the beginning of the page and then start looking for this tax.
Otherwise, it'll start where it found after it found the last item.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah. It would, which is fine because PO is right over here.
mhm.
And then our tax is down here. So after it does PO, then it'll start looking for tax down here and it'll find it. So let's go ahead and test this. I'm going to check syntax, just make sure we're okay. And click OK. Come here. Okay, so it didn't populate this.
Why?
So let's go see why. Finds that one, finds that one. Finds that one. Now, if found tax, it didn't find if found tax. Oh, well, no, I thought oh, I see, maybe. Okay. So, if found tax, I know what I'm going to do because there's nothing there. If found tax, then I'm going to go and just find me if found. This means if found numerics. Let's do this. Try to see if this works.
The forward slash and the backslash D.
Yeah, it's skipping all the any letters, and it's going spaces, and it's looking for the first digit.
I see.
So here we go. Store. And begin. Okay, let's try this.
What does the begin and end do?
So if once I find this, and then if I find, the beginning of a digit, then begin to extract, um, uh, up to 13 lines, and then trim it if there's spaces, and then store this in invoice tax end, and then set this up. So
Okay.
let's go ahead, and that was good. And the only thing that I'm thinking that it might not like is the spaces here, but let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so here I'm coming back. I'm going to come back to line 1,
Uh-huh.
column 1. See, there's a cursor. It's up here. Now, if found tax, there it found tax.
Yeah.
See, there it is. And now it's to this line where, okay, keep going until you find some numbers,
Uh-huh.
which it did. See that? It jumped over here. And then begin to extract. There it goes. And we're also going to trim it. And there it is. And now it does all our other stuff.
Beautiful.
And then bam.
Bam. Now,
there it is.
When it extracts this, does this immediately go into AX?
Yeah, it'll go. Well, here I'll do one more part. I'll make sure because you got to store this, so it needs to know where it's going.
Okay.
And where to find it. Okay. So we'll do that next. So you get the gist of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got enough to.
This really helps. This really helps here a lot.
Yeah.
And then we'll just stop it, and then you've got to accept it, the changes, and then we'll come down here to report processing. Configuration, report sources. See this?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to come over here, and we're going to say suspend.
Okay.
That turns it red, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to right-click in here, say new source. And this is, what was it called? Hertz? Yes.
Herc.
Okay, so where is this grabbing it? What directory? Did you set up a directory where the...
Yeah, it's off of the Q ERMX out. Q right there, and then go down to Herc.
That's archive invoice, okay. And then you can move it to the archive. Right.
Okay.
There you go. And then we'll just hit finish. The source directory cannot be created.
What does that mean? It's already created. Unless I spelled it wrong or something.
What?
Huh.
Let me see something. Oh, look at this. We're using UNC path there. That's why.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the map drive is not permissible. Cannot remember why. Anyhow, let's do this again. So we'll come here. We'll go new. Go to Hurt.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Q.
Yeah, but we're not. We're doing.
Yeah, we're doing path or whatever the heck. Yeah.
I know a better. Sure. Okay. So here, do this. And
And you got to do that for each and every one of those we set up, right?
yeah.
All right.
There we go. And then we would hit come back here and resume.
Okay.
And I think you mentioned that you already had one in there.
What for her
Yeah.
rental?
Yeah.
Well, let's go to this. We have to go over to Outlook and make sure that scripting is correct also.
Okay.
I couldn't make heads or tails of that either. Whether I mean that was pretty easy, but I couldn't tell if it was an extraction.
So what you do here, first you go to here and I don't know. Can you find that email that you're getting from those guys?
Oh my gosh, I don't know where it is.
Would it be?
It had to be in the last few days.
Well, we can go Herc, right?
Yeah. That's a statement. So, oh yeah, it's got to be one of those. Can you hang on 1 second?
Yep.
I'm gonna bio break. Hold on.
Okay. Okay, so let's come back to here.
Did you find one?
I think so. And see how we're doing case. So we're looking for that email.
Yeah, I did one up here, right there. Perk rental, do not reply.
Okay. Well, then that should do it.
Now, once you add that in, does it automatically update and run it, or does it? And then how often does it run that script? Does it every time?
Yeah. So as soon as an email comes in, this is run. Just make sure that you save. Yeah, make sure you save it.
Oh, I don't think I ever saved it.
Yeah, after you put something in here, just click there. And then, so that's exactly what's happening here is that as soon as an email comes in, it swishes through this VB script, and if
Yeah.
it finds that email, then it goes, oh, I found it. Take that attachment and dump it in there.
Let me ask you another question. If we start every day, we got to check this for new email sources. In other words, if Betty at Herc Rentals started to send them, I'd have to go change it so that it would find Betty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd have to go add another case
So
for each email source.
yeah.
Okay, so it's just got to stay on top of. There's a ton of them that need to be added. I got to go through.
If you want, I can get. I'll ask Sid if he can set you up with a couple lines in the script that will, if an email comes in and if it doesn't match any of these cases, then send me a text saying that, hey, I got an email that, attachment hasn't been sent or out, copied or something like that. And that way,
can I do one where can he have it send an email to me that gives me what the new email source is? That would be super handy. Rather than a text, only because
I could, I can do that.
I mean, I don't want to. It's a big deal. Don't worry about it, because I mean, just to go in here every day and sort through new ones is not too burdensome. But if the code can extract it and send me an email and say, hey, you just got a new one from Lisa at Romac Lumber, then that would be nice.
That would be nice. Let me find out. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Maybe like a.
Yeah, that'd be super. It'd be really cool if we could just program it to do it itself. That would be really cool.
Oh, yes. That would be cool. I miss our conversations.
Yeah, so you could just say, I found a new one, add it to your script. Actually, you probably could, because you could have this Visual Basic script reference a text file where you could put in all of the new additions, each of the cases.
Yeah.
And it would just look through it. Oh yeah, I think I could almost do that. Maybe that's something I'll mess with. So that'd be kind of cool.
And you want to add it right in here. So because, hey, I've gone through these. Wait a minute. Boom. This one doesn't meet any of the criteria. So then, like you just said, just grab it from that body, that text, and add, and then just do this. +1, right? Because you're adding a new one. So
yep.
And then it'll go right into. That's cool.
That would be super cool.
That would be very cool. Then you don't have to do anything.
That's right.
It'll fix itself.
Yep.
My God. Yeah, that's very cool. I love that idea. Well, why don't you listen? If you want to play with it, go play with it. If you say, I don't have time, just let me know, and I know Sid will figure it out.
Yeah, he'd probably like doing that. That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Really cool. All right, excellent. So and if you want to test this, Herc, so we can, because we got this open in Herc, right? And then you can go here. Oops, back to the email. And so let's see. This is an invoice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just come here and just drop it in.
And it should absorb it. Yeah, there it goes.
Boom. No. And then you come over here and vendor number. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, it's 623.
623. There he is. Fantastic.
I love it.
bam. That is just,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
that is very cool. That is very cool. Um, here's another idea that I want to throw at you and see if you may be interested, because really 85-90% of your emails are coming this way, which is
Yeah.
great.
By the way, how do I tell if some of these are not going into AX? Like the emails. Well, all the ones that have a new email source aren't, right? Because it's not finding them. So I got to go.
Let's say they send a different type of invoice. Maybe they modified their invoice.
But what about we'll look at that in a second. But hang on, what about the ones where they have emailed us already and they've just been sitting in the email and they haven't been auto absorbed into AX because
right. So what you can do is here. I think you can go
like make them new.
So you want to grab them and then put them in. I don't know, like drafts or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you bring them back. Then you
put them back.
Yeah, and then it'll crank up again.
Seize them.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, so there's probably a ton of those that are like that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So I got to actually identify, you know what, it might be worth the trouble to code this thing to auto update with the new sources. That would be, because then it just runs in the background. You don't have to worry about it, because right now, if you don't look at this thing for several months, you could have crap that's, takes constant maintenance.
Yes, you do have constant maintenance.
That's kind of a headache. So you automate that.
I mean, you have. I mean, obviously, you still have to build that template, but then once you get going, that template should only take you, 15, 30 minutes.
Right.
And I mean,
templates are pretty simple. I mean, well, notwithstanding, I've only done one. That was at the very, very beginning, and then I handed it off to JB. But after it,
hey, if Benton can do it, you can do it.
Oh no, I have no problem with that. It's so the new sources. So assuming that the invoice doesn't change, but you got a new source for the invoice, a new email address, and it has the same template will work, of course, and then so really we've got to get that Visual Basic script updated with all the new sources.
Yes,
we got to do that.
That's
automatically.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And then it still throws you an alert. That way hey, all right, so this side's done. All I have to do now is just go into Reports Manager and just create that template.
Yeah.
And then when we're here, and let's say that one didn't make it. Maybe we had some errors and it just didn't make it in. It made it into the directory, but maybe they changed the invoice, something like that. So let's logs. Here we got failed reports. They would be in here. You would click here, and I'll just, and then you'll see, from what process. It'll give you that and the date, and then you can right-click it. You'll be able to right-click and go to View and do a visual tester on it to see what's the issue with that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then you can make your changes and rerun it, and then you'll be able to rerun it again right from here.
Very cool.
Okay. But I do like that. I do like that other one, that the V with the VB. That's awesome. That is so cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. Throw it at if you don't mind, throw it at Sid and see what what it would take to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't know Visual Basic from I can go figure it out.
But Sid, Sid's very good at. I mean, Sid's the one that figured all that out. So let me find out, and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
And what I did here is I recorded our session,
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So what I'll do is I've got to convert this back to whatever MP whatever 4 I think, and then I'll dump it into your directory on in YouTube.
Okay.
So you can go to your Richard Rice and it'll be there.
All right. Awesome. On
Okay.
YouTube?
Yeah, that's where I have all those other ones. But
I couldn't find those.
Really?
Although I found some, but I couldn't find. I knew there was other ones, and I'm like, man, where the hell are those things?
Yeah. So I set up a folder in YouTube, Richard and Rice, and it's unlisted. So you guys are the only ones that I'll get you the path, the URL link, and then you can. They're all going to be there.
Okay. Yeah, I went back through all my emails from you looking for that to find the URL so I could go to there, and I found some, and I thought that was it, but I didn't. Come to